but I'm excited to see DongRaeGu play. I haven't seen him play in a little while here, so.
All right, and this is going to be a really cool TvZ. I love TvZ, and that's our first 2 games that we've been able to cast here at IPL 5 have been TvZs, so I'm pretty excited. So let's go swap over here to the main screen. Spawning over here on the left-hand side from Team. Oh wow! I just totally. It is Byun Prime from Team Prime, our blue Terran player.
Yes, Mr. Ghost King himself. And spawning down the right-hand side, we do have from Team MVP, which is actually DongRaeGu, what's currently listed as Team A, but of course is DongRaeGu.
Yeah, their NA account here. So, and every single time I think we've done Terran versus ZerG. It's left and right, left Terran, right ZerG.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Obviously,
yeah.
Left-handed
Blue
people.
team's always better.
The home team.
But so we have supply depots going down here. It's just standard stuff. And we've seen that DongRaeGu was in Code S, got knocked out in the round of 16. So he's a really good opponent. But Byun also in Code A, right?
Yeah.
And so we do have 2 GSL champs here, and of course this is IPL 5, so we have so many just GSL champs. We have the GSL champs. And the Code S finals as well. So, we have so many amazing things going down here at IPL 5 this weekend. Yeah,
and a lot of people are saying, how come we're not seeing more and more Terrans? But listed in this event right now, it looks like the Protoss are the ones who are not showing up. We have 29 ZerGs, 23 Terran, and 17 Protoss. So, hold your fingers for Naniwa or give them a little bit of good luck because, they are definitely the ones not showing up here this weekend.
Yeah, and Naniwa just got taken out by Scarlet.
Yeah,
right?
2-1 it looks like, and I really wish I could have watched that series. I imagine it was just as good as I expected.
Hey man, I'm pretty excited to do this series at least.
This is very true.
And other tournament results, Puck just played, correct? And he took out...
I can't remember now.
Well, I think he did win for SNRRChio.
Yeah, that's right.
First,
2-1.
he just won against SNRRChio. So
yeah.
Just a little bit of couple of tournament updates. Of course, you can watch all 3 streams at once. This is stream 3. This is going to be community casters and the sorts, and you can catch me on stream 2 later, and then you'll be on stream 3 all day, right?
Yeah, I'll be on stream 3. I'll have a little bit of a break, and I come back in the dinner time. But right now, actually, again, these ZerGs are being so frustrating with their drone micro. Look at this. I might actually get an SCV kill. This SCV down to 10 HP. Very nice micro from Byun, just making sure not to lose his SCV there. And the second one is now starting to take a little bit of a beat down, and it looks like you might actually get another kill here. Will he actually be able to? Down to 15 HP, down to 10 HP. Pulls away at the last second.
Down to the last wire. 5 health on the SCV, and it looks like DongRaeGu is going to be perfectly fine with pulling back with that SCV. And with 5 health, man, he is just playing. He's going to have so many weak SCVs on his main mineral line.
Imagine if he comes through with Mutalisk in a while here with all these red and yellow SCVs.
Another one.
There we go.
10.
Having to pull down a 4th SCV or 3rd SCV. But now DongRaeGu is going to get up in the main, doesn't see any gas geyser, sees the first barracks, and now he's just going to return home with that drone. That drone is a champion, obviously, just doing so much damage. And there we go. Actually, excuse me, there is a gas geyser, and it looks like he actually has started mining from it. So you think we're going to see a quick factory again?
Yeah, I believe we're probably going to see another factory coming out as soon as it hits 100. There we go. We have the SCV already ready already. Curious to see what his next moves are going to be. DongRaeGu himself has not started mining any gas. We got the Space Shark coming right down, saying hi to the Overlord. They're just, maybe a little bit of like a tail fin, like high five kind of action going down there. The Space Shark is just, he's all over all of the maps, and I love the fact that he's still being included on all of them. He's like the only non-clickable, or like one of my favorite non-clickable units.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Some of those, the neutral creatures that were like the little coyote-looking thing, those things used to drive me crazy when I was playing against ZerG. I used to think Zerglings are coming by, and it's just like this little teeny neutral creature on the edge of their vision. I'm kind of glad that I think they've taken the majority of them out of the maps, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I remember back in Brood War, I used to see the Karakuku, and I would just instantly like flip out, be like, how does he have mutas at the 3-minute mark? And I actually have a horrible thing to confess right now.
Oh no!
I kill them. I kill neutral creatures. I kill them. Like even the automaton, that little robot, I don't care. I kill him.
Oh, I would too, actually, to be honest. It looks like we actually going up to a second gas geyser from Byun, and it looks like actually 2 extra barracks along with this factory. So we're going to see Bio coming out from him in the first game. As for DongRaeGu, taking a quick 3rd. Does he have any gas geysers as of yet?
No, does not look like. Oh no, he does have 1 gas geyser because he did just start his metabolic boost upgrades here. Gives you wings. That's
gives you wings.
Does give you wings. We have queens coming out, of course, as well, and just getting those nice creep spread. Look at all the creep spread already. We're at the 6-minute mark, and he's already starting to go down that ramp there on Abyssal City. He did. Now, interesting thing. Byun did make the full wall off instead of that partial wall we saw from
yeah, and that Lucifron did cost him just a little bit, but it looks like Byun's going to go for a normal factory Hellion opening.
This guy.
And there's a neutral creature.
You'd be dead. You too. Wow, they're everywhere.
At least you can't hit the Space Shark, but it looks like Byun's moving up with the Hellions. He wants to try and deny some of this creep if he can, but DRG is not going to let that happen. He has several queens on the map right now, could easily deny any sort of aggression, and he is just droning like a champ, getting a lair right now, and it looks like actually Byun's going for a quick stem, of course, into a starport, so definitely jumping up on tech real quick here.
Yeah, and here come those queens trying to deny those Hellions the ability to take out those creep tumors, getting down the cancel before anything else happens. And of course, if you do cancel it, that does make the other creep tumors able to reproduce another creep tumor.
Reproduce.
Well, what else do you call it? It's not like it's. I mean, I guess it's like some sort of cellular dilution. I don't even remember the words anymore. I was so bad at Chem Bio. But anyway, the Queen's still moving around, still trying to get their creep tumors down. The Hellions moving around. The Zerglings also trying to keep some... Ooh, but a little bit of Hellion action up here.
Yeah, of course, he's not going to be able to do too much here. There's no drones here. The Queens are coming in. They're very angry at these Hellions for attacking their hatchery, and now they are going to scare them away completely. But DRG, man, he just got creep everywhere. There's not really much Byun can do as far as harass goes. DRG just has such a good field right now. He's able to move those Queens very quickly. He has a handful of Zerglings on the field that he's using in combination to really deny any sort of aggression. And DRG getting a Baneling Nest, Infestation Pit, 1-1. He's looking really, really solid right now.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well indeed. And getting that +1/+1, as I was saying last time we were watching, Lucifron, that is going to be able to help him out later on with the Broodlords. Going to get those upgrades for the Broodlings as soon as they spawn out. They'll have probably 3/3. Yeah,
and actually look at this from Byun. He's getting 2 medevacs, and I'm wondering if he's going to do a drop with these Hellions. Ooh, very nice detection from DRG, or a nice pickup. He's actually going to completely deny this 3rd command center. Going to force a cancel, wasting a little bit of minerals. Hopefully Byun does get the cancel off, and there it is, getting those 300 minerals back. And the 2 medevacs are in the center of the field. It looks like the Hellions are going to have to return home, or is he going to go for some sort of aggression here?
Yeah, it looks like DRG is going to poke in here, but possibly seeing the huge amount of forces coming in. Yes, with that Overseer, he is going to have to pull back now. There are a bunch of Banelings are being morphed in here. Wow. We have 10, but +1/+1 is also about to finish here for DRG, so actually Byun might be in a lot of trouble. If he does lose this, he's going to lose a lot of map control, and that 3rd base is going to be a lot harder for him to contain.
Yeah, and Byun actually stimming right there. Not sure how I feel about that, actually wasting quite a bit of the medevac energy. And ooh, a couple of Overlords are out in the open here, picking up a couple extra creep tumors, doing a great job. Of course, DRG does not have Baneling speed. He is actually getting pathogen glands, and he has quite a bit of Zerglings and Banelings on the field. I think he can hold this as long as he has good position with his units.
Oh, and that does throw DRG into the red, but here come those Banelings trying to get the connects, but the medevacs are there. They could possibly pick up all of these Marines, but a lot of these units are getting taken out. The Banelings don't even get any too many good connects on the Marines, but all of the Hellions have been and completely evaporated.
Now, there are medevacs flying down to the center of the map again. Are those loaded up at all? They are not. Okay, just making sure that Byun wasn't going to pull something out of his sleeve here. And surprisingly, he's getting 1-1. His 2-2 will be started shortly, and actually, is he making, that's only his 3rd command center, so, actually, it looks like DRG is going to clean up, or try to clean up the remaining of the drop from Byun, but Byun's going to return home safely.
Now, yeah, 2-2, as you were mentioning before, is on the way. Byun himself just about to finish up +1/+1 in the next coming moments. The 3rd base still has not been grabbed here, and we're moving on into the 12-minute mark as DRG is grabbing his 4th base here.
He's going to go up to Hive as well, so he's going to have up to 8 gases if he can retain all of them. Actually, Byun sacrificing quite a bit of Marines, not for any purpose, trying to take the Watchtower, I guess, but actually lost a lot of those units and not really doing a whole lot. DRG is completely taking map control while he takes his Hive. Very, very nice move. Those are the kind of moves you really want to do. He's getting a Spire as well, so just like we saw in the previous game, we're going to time this out perfectly.
And still that 3rd base is still trying to go down there, but unfortunately he's going to be run into a little bit of a problem here as the Zergling is just going to hang out right there, and that is one of the most frustrating things you have to deal with.
Absolutely, and it looks like actually right now Byun's trying to land that command center, but of course there is a Zergling in the way, so he's going to have to pull a couple units down there. But DRG is just all over this map right now, man. He's just trying to deny him from taking that 3rd base while he can go up to 4 bases with 5 hatcheries and a Hive.
And he's already grabbing the gas geysers at that 4th base, so I mean, we can already see that he's going to have so much gas already for these Broodlords as soon as they do want to come out. There are all of the Infestors now moving in as well. Byun in a bit of a problem as the Banelings get some great connects, followed up by those infestation, those fungal growths.
This is really hard to watch, man. I love watching Ghost King play or Byun play, but this is really hard to watch right now. There's the Siege Tanks now. They're in decent positioning, but they are getting completely decimated by these Zerglings. Infestors are still able to keep themselves alive, rather, and it looks like DRG is going to force the third to be lifted once again. This is really hard to watch.
DRG is playing so incredibly brilliant right now. He's keeping that pressure alive. That fourth base is allowed to get up, and now he's got +3/+3 as well as adrenal glands on the way. His greater spires coming up. His Zergling are going to be incredibly scary, as the old Brood War term, cracklings coming out. And they are very, very formidable force against any type of Terran army. Now, there is a little bit of a drop up here. Looks like he was able to do a little bit of damage. And actually, all of the Marines, except for one, that poor guy is not going to be able to... He is the 1%. Well,
he is the 1%, but they did get quite a bit of drone kills off, which is something that Byun really needs right now. But now the Infestors are coming up. If that drop tries to move anywhere, it's going to get completely cleaned up. Byun finally able to take a third base, really needs a fourth base at this point. I mean, DRG is going to take a fifth base in the center of the map, and he is in such a great position. 7 Corruptors on the way. Greater Spire is going to finish up just in time, and we are going to see a very, very scary composition from DRG coming out here in just a few minutes with a ton of Infestors and Broodlords.
Yeah, and with those Infestors and Broodlords, we have to look at what Byun Prime has in his army to really deal with that. He's got a lot of Marines. He does have the starport with the reactor on it, but looking at the Viking count already, 0.
Yep.
As soon as those Broodlords start to come out, he's not going to have any real answer for it. He's got a lot of Marines, but even then, with all those Zerglings, all those Banelings, and all the King's Horses and all the King's Men, I don't think Byun Prime can come back again.
I like this. And it looks like actually DRG is moving forward here, just scouting out where Byun is currently. And one thing I want to note, Byun has not made enough Siege Tanks in the mid-game. He's finally starting to produce them 2 at a time, and it's really, at this point, it's too little too late, in my opinion. He's going to actually have quite a bit for this engagement, but very nice fungal coming out from DRG, cleaning up a good portion of the front line of the Marines. But right now, it looks like Byun's going to try and take the Watchtower back. He has 2 Siege Tanks with this army, 2 more are in production, and there's the double starport coming down from Byun, so he's going to be able to get the Viking count that he needs, but it might be a little bit too late here. Actually, DRG moving forward, cleaning up a lot of the Marines. The Siege Tanks are still able to retain, but they are getting taken out as well. And did DRG lose all those Infestors? No, he didn't. Actually burrowed and got most of them away.
Yeah, he actually didn't lose a ton, except for the fact that all those Zergling did get completely evaporated. But with the Broodlords now out, he does have an entirely different army coming out here. He might just go straight on into Infestor Broodlord, which is a very immobile army, but at the same time, the scariest army that a Terran can deal with. The Vikings are starting to come out here. Looking at the map, we have 2 Vikings on the map somewhere, but with the Broodlords already taking out the rest of the Siege Tanks, Byun is losing so much. The food supply count, 173 to 127.
And this composition from DRG may be immobile, but at this point, DRG has split this map right down the middle. You can see the creep spread on both ends. He can maneuver his army up and down very, very quickly on position like this, and as well, his third and fourth base are very, very close to each other, so he can transition back and forth between them whenever he needs to. Byun is getting 3-3 right now, so that's definitely going to help him out, but he's going to need a very, very high Viking count to work with this army.
Yeah, not only the high Viking count, but I mean, that 3-3 is actually incredibly delayed compared to DRG's 3-3. He's had 3-3 for a while. He also has the adrenal gland upgrade. So these Zergling are incredibly scary. Using them to be the mobility factor, as the Broodlords are not able to do that. They are going to be able to buy some time before the Broodlords get all the way down to wherever the heck Byun tries to make something happen. We can see all these Marines keep stimming up. They're very weak.
Yeah, it's true. The medevac energy is going to start running dry, and as well, Byun is building primarily Vikings with his starport, so that's definitely going to dwindle. He's not able to do any more drops at this point because there are so many Corruptors on the field, and DRG is just in such a great spot. Byun is actually the one who's being forced into an immobile position by DRG by pinning him down at that fourth base at the 6 o'clock, and now he's actually moving up the left side. Might try and do a Zergling run by, of course, like you were talking about. These are cracklings. They're 3-3 with adrenal glands. So much DPS. If they are able to get into a mineral line, or if they are able to get up to the main, they will do so much damage.
Indeed. Now, looking at the unit counting station, we only have 8 Vikings still. That's an equal amount of Corruptors. Sorry, 9 Corruptors are currently out right now. A couple of Viking shots are going down. Looks like he did take out, or try to take out, an Overlord. Now, the Corruptors were a little bit overzealous, did take a couple of hits, but now the Broodlords are moving in. There's only 5 of them, but 5 is a perfect amount in order to draw so much of the Terran food account into the anti-air. but all the fungal growths do go down, or at least one of them does go down on that large group of Marines. The siege tanks are getting cleaned up, but there's a planetary fortress here.
No, here's the thing. Byun, if he holds the season, actually a really great spot. He actually did a huge drop at the north end of the map, and I believe it's doing quite a bit of damage because I haven't seen too much from DRG go up there, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Looks like Byun is not going to hold. The last couple units for him are in the red, but here comes another wave of units, and Byun is actually going to push this back. Can we take a look at the north end of the map? I just want to see if on oh, actually, it looks like it didn't do any damage at all. Wow.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, so that's going to be really, really rough
so
for Byun.
He's only down to one guy on gas.
Yeah, that's going to be the deal breaker for him. And it looks like Byun is actually trying to repair the planetary fortress at the 6 o'clock, but at this point, DRG is currently sitting on, what, 5 bases with 6 hatcheries, able to reproduce a very, very quick army, and actually 4 Ultralists are in production. So very nice tech switch from DRG, actually forcing a ton of Vikings out of his opponent. Now he's just going to rotate back, and at this point, I mean, Byun doesn't really have any Marauders on the field.
But here comes a whole bunch of Zergling going to be going on right on into the natural base. No supply depots have been raised. Oh, the Marines were blocking the one supply depot, but they did move out just in time. It looks like these Marines will be able to clean up the rest of those Zergling before they take out all of the production. But unfortunately, the rest of the natural base is getting completely destroyed. And it doesn't look like that Byun is going to be in a very good position after this. He does get the scan down. He does know that there are some Zergling that are left. But is he actually going to spend another scan to clean it up is the question. Maybe not. No, he is moving away, so those Zergling can pop up later. And here comes those Ultralisks moving around. Very, very... They always seem very comical when they move around.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
I feel like it's, you need like a very tuba player. Like,
and it looks like another Zergling run by has come by, or these might actually be the burrowed ones. This is what I was talking about earlier. With these Zerglings, you maneuver across the map very quickly, such high DPS. It looks like Byun is going to clean it up, but I mean, to what extent? He's down to 137 supply versus the basically capped version of DRG, currently with several Ultras on the map, a couple Broodlords remain, and he's going to start massing those Infestors that we all love right now. And so
more Banelings coming in, and actually starting to get his flyer attacks level 1 as well. And when I said a couple of Banelings, I meant a lot of them. There are 14 more Banelings now coming in here, as well as the ones that are already out. They are roly-poly Banelings. They have speed, so they're going to be very, very deadly to the Marine army. Here comes all those Ultralists powering through all of the Marines. The Infestors throwing down a beautiful amount of fungal growths, and it looks like so much damage has been done here. GG from Byun Prime.
I gotta say, that Ultras micro at the end was very, very nice. It's something a lot of people, they end up just getting forced into a really awkward point where they can't maneuver very well, but he did a good job of making sure that they made it past the siege tanks and actually focused on the unit that they need to kill, which of course is the Marines. So very well done from DRG there. Excellent, excellent game, and I'm actually really curious to see what map Byun's going to pick. Yeah,
that's going to be one of those very important things. It looks like it's going to be Ohana, so pretty much playing the same series again. Going to be another TVZ, but we're going to run to a quick commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sham2.
And I'm Jay Morrow.
We'll be right back with you.